June always brings two things, the end of spring and the first of the strawberries. When that happens, I always take it as a sure sign it's time to clean up the rhubarb patch and make the first pie of the summer season. Start making the pie dough. We get 2 cups of all-purpose flour, add a half teaspoon of salt, a couple of tablespoons of sugar, and mix that together well. Add the butter. This is 1/3 of a pound of unsalted butter. Some nice cubes. Work that in gently with the fingers. I like to have it so you can just sort of clumps together in your hand and hold like that. That's a good indication for me that it's ready to go. You want it to be nice and tender. Treat it gently. Just nicely into a ball. At this point you can actually separate it into two individual discs if you like. I'm going to make the rolling a little bit easier when it's rested. Just going to cover that lightly with plastic wrap while we wait for it to rest about 20 minutes, half an hour. So the rhubarb just been cut into about half-inch slices. First pie of the summer, we put the last of the rhubarb and first of the strawberries. Have it. You can mix that together nicely. Take a look. Looks like we're right about the right amount. Altogether, I've probably got about 1/3 cup of sugar there. I'm going to toss it, coat it nicely. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 more tablespoons of sugar. So fine, it tends to really clump together otherwise. So I'm just going to toss that in to our fruit mixture. Give it a nice toss. Got a little bit of butter into that. This butter helps as it's cooking. It kind of mixes with the starches and the sugars and creates almost a bit of a roux, which it's rested for about 20 minutes now, so we're going to roll it out. Start with one piece of one of our halves for the bottom of the pie, bottom crust. Just going to lightly coat that with a little bit of flour. As you can see, by tapping it into a round before it rested, it now makes it a lot more, I don't have to handle it too much as we start to roll it out, but about halfway through, just to make the rolling out fairly even, both sides. See, that's just about just nicely cover the bottom of our pan there. Fold it. That's great. Pick it up. So the bottom crust, the lattice top's going to fold over before we trim that, so I'm just going to set that aside in this. Good. So I'm going to cut this into strips. Now, if you want to be really meticulous with this, you can use a ruler, but I just cut it by hand, and I'd say somewhere a little bit less than half an inch, maybe 3/8. It's a good width for this. Bottom crust and our fruit filling that we did earlier. See how a little bit of the sugar's macerated a little bit, a little bit of the liquid out. Break that edge of the shell. So we're going to start with the longest strips first. I'm just going to put one strip down the middle in each direction. crisscross. Now, the second layer, we did horizontally first, so we're going to do that next. It's going to go just next to that on either side. And then we'll do the vertical layer, just going to fold back the first horizontal layer. First strip will go there. Do the same on the other side. Just continue that same method, folding back alternate strips as you add them. You get to something like this where you already have 5 strips in one direction instead of 2nd and 4th ones. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to trim the edge. So I'm just going to go around and do about a finger width around the edge of the hole, a finger width from the rim around the edge of the whole pie, just so I don't have too much to fold under. So we'll just start here, we'll just fold the edges under. And at first just fold, pinch, and tuck them in so they're nice, a nice rolled edge. And we'll go around and flip it after it's done. Coating of egg all over the top. I'm just going to flip the edge. So again, flipping the edge just to start at one point, and I just use a finger on the inside to push against the outside. And as we go along, that just gives you a nice finished presentation. So there we have it. That's going to go into the oven. I've got the oven set at about 375 to start. I'll probably drop it down to 350 after about the first 20 minutes or so, just so it can cook nice and evenly all the way through. Alright, pie is ready. Oh, look at that. So there we have it. Just going to allow it to cool on a wire rack. And once it's cooled, the juices will set. We're ready to go after dinner.